Hello there. My name is Michael Pilarski, and I'm with the Global Earth Repair Foundation. And today I'm going to talk about agroforestry, which is one of my favorite topics. And I'm doing this as a sort of a run-up to our Global Earth Repair Convergence happening in May 2025. And agroforestry will be one of the topics there, a major topic. And so I'm just getting this out there to give people some more background if you're not real familiar with agroforestry. And even if you are, you'll probably learn a few new things. So agroforestry as a word was invented in the mid-1970s. So I started farming, organic farming in 1972. I was like 22 years old. And I've been farming and working with plants ever since. And so in about 75, 76 was when the term was invented by a group of people working for what became the International Center for Agroforestry Research, ECRAF, in Africa. And so that's where agroforestry, the word came from. And so I joined the ranks of the agroforestry people right after they invented the term. All the way back in the mid-1970s is when I got into agroforestry, and I've been studying it ever since. So I have a lot of time, and I've done a lot of research, and I've visited a lot of agroforestries, and I set up a lot of my own systems, which will show you one of those later on in this video, or a couple of them. So let's see. So the importance of agroforestry to the world is that it offers us one of the best, fastest ways to cool the climate and feed the people at the same time. There's no need for anyone in the world to be hungry. Everywhere can have local food sovereignty and grow their own food. And most of this can be done with agroforestry. The problem with the world climate heating up is because we have so many urban areas, and we all know about urban areas and their heat island effect. What a lot of people don't recognize is that all bare degraded land and farmland, when it is fallow, when it's tilled ground, that is also all heat island effect. The world has a lot of heat island effect, probably almost 25% or more of the land in the world is heat island effect. And so we need to cover those areas with vegetation, and that will cool the planet. We don't even have to do it all. We just have to do a significant chunk. And so if we take our cultivated industrial farmland and even small scale farms, and we turn their annual croplands, a percentage of them, let's say a third of the cropland that's in annual crops in the world, converted to agroforestry, will increase the yields from those lands. There'll be more food, more income for the farmers, and it will cool the climate because now we have leaves over the surface, and leaves are cooling. I won't go into all the ins and outs of the climate right now. We'll get a bit of that during the video. But I mainly want to talk about how agroforestry works, what it is. So that's the purpose of this video. So sit back and enjoy the show. We're going to show you a bunch of slides here as well. So let's get going. So here's our first slide is agroforestry, a new name for an old practice. Agroforestry, the word is new, but actual agroforestry is an old system, traditional systems that were in place throughout the world in many places. So if we look at this slide here on the upper left, that would be a cork oak pig operation, probably. It's in Portugal, Spain. There's a lot of this ground, so it's tree crops with animals mixed in. So that's a traditional system, thousands of years old. It's an agroforestry system. On the right-hand side there, we have sheep under apple trees. This will be somewhere in temperate Europe. And this again, they've been doing this for thousands of years. Fruit trees with animals underneath is one of the forms of agroforestry. And on the left down below, we have a a hurdle fence, probably woven hazel hurdles. And you can see there's a hedge there. Actually, this may be a laid hedge actually. And so this is a hedgerow which is about to regrow. And so hedgerows are also agroforestry systems. And then below we see here uh, pigs, hogs under a tree crop. So we're going to look at quite a few different slides here. So here's a whole list of agroforestry systems. And I'm just going to mention a couple of them rather than go through them one by one because we'll be looking at some of these as we go. Silviculture, and silva is tree crops with food crops. Pastoral agroforestry systems are animals under trees, and then there's animals plus crops plus under trees. There's horticultural crops, tree crops like many orchards with multiple crops and could be considered